everybody, it's Wootini from GayGamer.net here with another weekly video podcast. This week continues to be all about Ni No Kuni. Although I have been playing Professor Layton on my 3DS again because I just suddenly, for some reason, remembered that they do daily downloadable puzzles. Like every day there's a new puzzle. So I downloaded like 50 of them because I had forgotten all about them. So now I have a bunch of puzzles that I'm doing. The only problem is that there's like whatever, like 20, 24, something, I don't know, there's a bunch of different varieties of puzzle, and then within each one of those there's there's, you know, different puzzles in that category and of differing difficulties. And some of them are better than others. I really don't like the boat one, so I don't really do those. But some of them are kind of fun. None of them are as thrilling and exciting as the ones in the game proper. They're okay. But they're daily downloadable puzzles, so I guess, you know, you can't really expect them to be, like, amazing. So I've been playing that. I also got back into SingStar this week because they released a Robbie Williams song pack that had 3 really good songs, one that was okay, and one I've never heard of in my life, and I don't know if I'm ever even going to bother singing it. But it had Kids by Robbie Williams and Kylie Minogue, and that was worth buying the whole pack just so I could have that one song, because I'm not waiting for them to divvy them up. Because they never did divvy up the songs in the first Robbie Williams song pack, so I figured if I want this, I will have to get this one. So I actually spent. And it's funny because I played it for like a little while, and I started getting all these trophies, and I realized I must not have played it very much after Sony released the like downloadable SingStar game, because now you can just download it for free to the hard drive of your PS3, and then you can also go buy discs, but you can also just download songs off the music store. So you're just paying for the songs, you're not paying for the actual game itself. Which is fine, because the game doesn't come with any songs. It comes with like some sample songs that you can try out, so you can see if you like SingStar or not. But it's funny because like I'm suddenly getting all these trophies, and I'm like, oh, they must have created new trophies with the downloadable SingStar game. I had no idea. Because I've been playing Ni No Kuni for like, whatever, 20-odd hours, and I've got like 5 trophies. It's so sad. Like, there don't seem to be storyline-related trophies in this game. Like, you beat a boss, you don't get a trophy. Move to a new area, no trophy. Do 20 errands, you get a trophy. Do this miscellaneous little thing, you get a trophy. So I don't really understand it, but whatever. Luckily, I should get a lot of trophies because I am doing all of the miscellaneous side quests and things. Mostly so I can level up, but also because I want this game to last as long as possible because it's so good. They really are doing a very good job in Ni No Kuni of releasing the side quests in bits and pieces so that, you know, I just finished a big story section, and all of a sudden, here's a bunch of new side quests, plus you get the teleport spell, thank God, so now you can teleport to all the places you've been before, because that's the most irritating thing, and I love the teleport spell in an RPG. It's the best thing. So, like, now I'm doing all these side quests, and it's good, because you can do side quests that help, you can do the errands that help, you know, get you special items, and then you can do the bounty hunts that give you combat experience. So those are good. And those are really good experience for combat because you know, they're tough fights. And you need all the experience you can get. Because otherwise the boss battles will be rather tough. I will say, I wanted to address last week's podcast in the comments. Zero asked about the combat system, and in the comments Kevin kind of answered him, but I also wanted to add that the combat in Ni No Kuni is slightly unique. You have these familiars that are kind of like, I guess they're kind of like Pokemon, because they're little animals, and they're very cute, and they level up with you, and then you feed them gems to, like, evolve them, like Pokemon. And they also have, like, specific kind of, like, one is a sun sign, one is a moon, one is star, one's earth, you know, like, so they have, like, categories. And certain categories are stronger against certain enemies than others. So there is a little bit of, you know, give and take, and you've got to you know, you fight with one and then it's like, oh, I gotta switch to another one because they're not doing as much damage. And the other thing is that when fighting as yourself, you can just keep going, but when fighting as a familiar, you can only send them out for a limited time. So eventually, you know, you'll be using one familiar and you hear beep, 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 and their time is almost up, and they'll stay out, but they won't be nearly as powerful. So you need to switch to another familiar, or yourself, to give them a chance to rest and recharge, and then you can throw them back out again. So there is kind of a lot to monitor as far as, like, what you're doing during combat, which is tough because it's not a turn-based system. It's all real-time, everything's just happening right in front of you, and you just gotta, you know... The other thing that's interesting about the Ni No Kuni battle system is that while you're in between attacks or defense, whatever your action is going to be, you can actually use the left thumbstick to move around the battlefield, which is very helpful, especially with the bosses, where you can just kind of stay out of their way and blast at them. You can switch between yourself and your 3 familiars, or your other 2 party members and their 3 familiars. But while you're controlling a character or a familiar, the other 2 characters that you are not controlling are doing their own thing. You are able to set their AI parameters, but it's really limited, and you can't get very detailed in the instructions that you give them. So I've been just kind of letting them do their own thing. Luckily, after a while, you do get an all-out defense button that you can press a button and everyone will defend, which is like crucial when the bosses are getting ready for a big special attack, because they never seemed smart enough to defend on their own. So I was very happy when you got that. I don't know why it took so long. You should have had that ability from the start, but whatever. Now I can defend and it's much easier. But I've been letting the AI do their own thing, and I know I complained in the beginning. They are still relatively useless, but I think that now we're getting powerful enough that it's less obnoxious when they do stupid things. But it just means that, you know, you lose a boss fight, you just try again right away, and then maybe the timing works out better and you can do things differently, and it just suddenly they'll make different decisions and you kick its ass and it's really easy. And you're just like, oh, okay, fine. But the Ni No Kuni battle system is good. It's not ideal, but it's not as horrible as I was fearing it would be from having played the demo, where it's kind of overwhelming. I mean, you can try it in the demo, but it doesn't ease you into it the way the game itself does. The game does a really good job of holding your hand and teaching you all the little tricks and giving you new tricks periodically just to, you know, build it up, so you don't feel overwhelmed. In the demo, if you try the demo, it is a little overwhelming and it is kind of off-putting. So I wasn't crazy about the battle system from having played the demo, but playing the actual game, I'm okay with it. I'm also super happy because it means that I have a game for my PS3, which, you know, has basically become a Blu-ray player that sometimes can play games if you want. It's very unfortunate. I don't regret buying my PS3, because obviously there have been some exclusives that I've really enjoyed, like Heavy Rain was great, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get a PS3. And I have occasionally, like, I bought, like, Deus Ex and I bought Batman for my PS3 just because I'm not, like, an achievement whore where I'm like, I need to have all the achievements, you know. I'm like, I can get some achievements, I can get some trophies, I don't even really care. I wanted to get I'll get it for the PS3 just so my PS3 can get some love, you know, just so it doesn't feel like it's just a Blu-ray player, and you know. So I'm not that excited about this big Sony announcement of whatever they're going to announce on February 20th. Everyone thinks it's going to be the PS4. I don't know. I don't care, because honestly, I'm probably going to end up doing the same thing I did with the PS3, which is, like, wait a long time until there are games that I want to play and the prices come down, and then maybe I'll get one. I mean, I do eventually get every gaming system, because what I'm really hoping for is that they will also announce a price drop on the Vita, because I do buy every gaming system pretty much, so I will eventually get a Vita, and I'm like this close to wanting one right now. So there are enough games out now where I'm like, I look at the shelf and I'm like, okay, there are at least a few games I could play. Plus, there's the whole PS Classics that you can download and play on your Vita. And I just love the idea of being able to play, like, the PlayStation games that, remember, PlayStation came out and we were all like, oh my god, these graphics, they're so cool, it's 3D polygons, it's so realistic, oh my god, and now you're playing it in the palm of your hand. And the regular games on the Vita look even better than the PlayStation ones, but it's the marvel of modern technology. Blows your mind. So, I feel like there would be enough for me to get, that I would have stuff that I would be able to play if I bought a Vita. It wouldn't just sit around and collect dust like my PSP sometimes did. The thing is that I'm not sure what kind of bundle to get. Because they sell the Vita for like $250, but then there's also a bundle with a game for $250. Although I would like the Assassin's Creed bundle, which comes with the white one. I don't even need the white Vita. I just would like that as a game, as opposed to the other bundle that they have. I forget what it is. It's like Call of Duty or something. And I don't want that. I would like to have Assassin's Creed instead. But that one, I haven't seen that in stock anywhere. I think it might have been a limited thing, and now it's gone. But why would you buy a Vita for $250 when you can spend $250 and get the same Vita with a game? Like that, I don't understand that at all. There's also the one that comes with a year's worth of PlayStation Plus, but that's $300, and that's kind of expensive. And I know that, like, you spend $50 to get a year's worth of PlayStation Plus anyway, so it's not like you're spending that much extra. I mean, you're also not getting much of a discount, but I don't know if I really want PlayStation Plus anyway, because, like, I already have more games than I have time to play. So the idea of spending money so that I can have even more games that I won't have time to play, that doesn't really appeal to me. I'd rather just, I mean, it does include the Uncharted game that I would want to play, but I think I'd rather just go and buy that for like $20 used and, save the $30 for something else. So, I don't know which bundle to get. I'm also hoping that there might even be still yet a little bit more of a price drop, just another $50, and then I would definitely find it really hard to resist buying a Vita. So if you guys have any advice on a good bundle, and also what size memory stick to get, leave it in the comments, either on YouTube or on gaygamer.net, because you can't just go out and buy a cheap SD card like you can with the 3DS, which I appreciate. You have to buy the Sony sticks that cost a small fortune. And I don't see the point of buying a 32 gig stick for like $100 or whatever they charge for it, because I don't feel like you need that much storage space. Because I'd only ever need to have a couple of games on there at one time. You might have like 2 games on the stick and then 1 cartridge, so like you've got 3 games going that you can just play whenever you want. And then, I mean, because you can just swap them out, I'm assuming that once you've paid for a game, you can download it, and then you can erase it from your memory stick, but it'll save the saves, and then you can download a new game, but if you want to go back and play that one again, you can re-download it for free, just like with the 3DS. I'm assuming that's how it works. If I'm wrong, let me know, because that's going to change my opinion of the Vita quite a bit. So yeah, any advice would be very welcome. Leave it in the comments, and I will see you back here next week. Bye guys, and girls!